Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum, where we talk about market movements, making money, and money momentum. And today we're going to be talking all about Trump Media and Technology Group, ticker symbol being DJT. And so when we look at DJT on a trailing 12 month for the last year of this stock, we can see that right here is a pretty major support level for DJT. So right around the $27 range. We've only seen a retraction below this level once, and that was right before the elections. We did see the stock go down to about $13, but then it did have a nice recovery in anticipation for the elections. Now, going into the elections, we were seeing a lot of hype and momentum, and the stock was gaining value every single day until there was a lot of halting and manipulation. So Wall Street did not want to let this play run, and because of that, each and every single day for DJT, there was a lot of halting, and for many minutes at a time, this stock was untradeable. Because of this, we did see a retraction, some natural selling, and also a lot of profit taking in DJT from these actions. A lot of investors have now lost faith in DJT because of the halting and manipulation that happened right around the elections. And then some investors were anticipating more of a pop going into the inauguration. We did see a little bit of momentum towards the upside, but the stock did not run as much as many of us DJT fans would have liked it to, as it then did retract back down to the $30 range, which is where we sit currently. And so since the elections, we have been stuck in this sideways channel. We really haven't been able to move above the $50 range. But as I'm saying, what I encourage investors to remember is that we are right around the floor for DJT. So currently, I hold a lot of options contracts for DJT expiring far out into the future. And I also hold a lot of shares in DJT. And I have been really loading up at these levels, especially because we did not see the hype and the momentum. We did not see the stock run up like I felt that we should have going into the inauguration. As we know, Donald J. Trump is the most popular president of all time, and the markets have been reacting very green in anticipation for Trump to take the presidency. And now that he is president as well, we are seeing plays such as BBAI run and other plays that could benefit from the Trump administration. And so now many investors are wondering, with DJT, is this just a meme stock? Why should I invest into DJT? Is there any actual intrinsic value behind this company? So I'm going to be talking about all of that today. But before I do that, I want to say that this is not financial advice, and I always recommend doing your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. And so for DJT, what I would encourage investors to remember is that this company recently went from being just a social media platform to more of a banking service as well. So this just happened shortly after the inauguration, and that is that the board of Charles Schwab has approved the expansion for the financial services of Trump Media and Technology Group and their parent company being TruthFi. And so TruthFi made some even bigger moves this week, as they are now looking to expand even more into the financial services by not just allowing buying, selling, and holding, but actually trying to put some ETFs into the market as well. And Trump is saying that anybody who invests into this is investing into the patriotic economy. And so we saw this last week that he applied for 3 different ETFs. We have the TruthFi Made in America ETF, and then we also have the TruthFi Bitcoin Plus ETF. And so with Trump applying for these ETFs, and one of those specifically being the Bitcoin ETF, that just furthers my long-term conviction in DJT that Donald Trump himself is trying to push us more into the mass adoption into cryptocurrency and is looking to make cryptocurrency more prevalent in our everyday lives. And so we are seeing DJT, Donald Trump himself, offering crypto-related services, creating cryptocurrency, and also creating a Bitcoin ETF. And so if you're very bullish on cryptocurrency and on this current presidency, both of these things can be seen as a positive. And so continuing our talk about cryptocurrency, I also want to talk about the recent Solana meme coin that was released also right around the inauguration, and that is the official Trump coin. And so official Trump has not seen a lick of positive price momentum since this coin came out. It is currently sitting at around $17, and we have seen that in the last year since this was created. Created on January 19th, we have seen a 65% retraction in official Trump. And so DJT has a lot of intrinsic value behind it. TruthFi, Trump Media and Technology Group. It is a real company with real fundamentals behind it, a whole balance sheet, all that. The official Trump coin is just another meme coin, but currently it doesn't have any utility. There's no reason to necessarily be owning official Trump coin. But what I would encourage investors to think about, food for thought, long-term thought on the official Trump coin is that, yes, currently it does not have utility. But what makes cryptocurrencies a lot of the times gain a lot of value, such as Bitcoin to say, or Solana, is the utility behind it. So Bitcoin, as we know, can be transacted all around the world. We know with Solana that it's one of the fastest coins out there. So if you're looking to transact as well, Solana may be there for you. The intrinsic value that I could see happening in the future for the official Trump coin, like I'm saying, this is the mass adoption into cryptocurrency. So through TruthFi, through their banking platform solutions and all that, we may start to see some type of utility behind official Trump, whether it's a way to, in the future, possibly purchase any financial instruments through official Trump, or merchandise, or just anything like that. I could see there being a possible utility for official Trump in the future, especially because Donald J. Trump himself holds about 80% of this token. So he does have a high incentive to make the price pop on official Trump. And so now going back to DJT, we did see that this last week, the value in DJT, although it was flat, I think the intrinsic value in DJT rose. And I think that what I'm about to show you here is a perfect reason for any retail investors to hop into DJT. And that is that recently Donald J. Trump gifted 6 members of the Trump administration, those who are helping work alongside him, with some shares. So we could see here, we have a whole bunch of acquisitions of DJT stock. We see that we have Trump Jr. here, Eric, Kosh Patel, Linda McMahon, and a couple other names here. And so what this is telling me personally is that this big money, these big investors, these insiders are holding DJT. They were just gifted these 25,000 shares. And so if they're going to be working alongside the Trump cabinet over the next 4 years, you better bet that they are going to be long-term holders and are hoping for the best future with DJT. And so as I've been saying, the last year, we are pretty close to support. And with all these insiders just being gifted these shares, I think that is a massive reason to join along. If Kosh Patel and if Linda McMahon are holding shares of DJT, well, as a smaller investor, as a retail investor, I better bet that Linda McMahon and Kosh Patel want to make a lot of money on their shares. And so I should be doing the same, following alongside their movements. This isn't necessarily a new strategy, as recently we just saw another big move with Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, if you know about Nancy Pelosi, she is like the greatest investor of all time. So as soon as she buys a play or an options contract, as soon as she just, files to have her shares out there, people are automatically just following her strategies. And there are people that literally just completely copy the portfolio of Nancy Pelosi. And so why do I bring that up? We are transitioning into more of a red era. You know, the grand old party is back in full control. So they have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. So you better believe that big money, the politicians that are currently in place, are wanting to see their stocks and plays run too. And I believe that with DJT, it's only a matter of time until that really happens. And so we see here on this article that Trump Media Company gave roughly 800,000 stock award. And this is just talking about Kash Patel. But as we just mentioned, there's Linda McMahon, Kash Patel, Eric Trump, and others. And so what I think is really important about this info right here is that Kash Patel and others got $800,000 worth of DJT stock. And that is currently while it's sitting at the price of $30. Just imagine where that could be going into the future. For these insiders that were just gifted, well, not really just gifted, but kind of a bonus for what they're doing alongside Trump. Just imagine how foolish they would be to sell out of their shares, especially when DJT is at such a support level. And also, these insiders can't just sell their shares right away, as they do have a restriction. So they were gifted these shares, but they are restricted to hold on to them. They are needing to hold 75% of these shares until March 2027. And so if you do a calculation here and you calculate 75% of that 800,000, that means that these investors need to hold $600,000 worth at its current price, $600,000 worth, or 75% of the shares they were given, all the way up until 2027. And so what that's telling me is those who are in office, those who are in power, have to have a long time horizon on the shares they hold, which is also telling me that it's only a matter of time until DJT gains more value. And we're seriously just sitting on a gold mine here. And so, as I've said for a long time, me personally, I'm not selling any DJT. I have diamond hands on this stock. And let's remember this also. This comes from November, but Trump, who is about a 57% stakeholder, has also said that he is not going to sell his shares in DJT. Donald J. Trump did transfer these shares to a revocable trust, but these shares in that revocable trust were to his son, Eric Trump. And so the shares are maintaining within the family. And we see a lot of big money here holding DJT. We could see the Trump family holding DJT. We could see, again, Kash Patel and other members who are within this new Trump administration. And so myself, with what I hold, I'm only currently adding to my shares. I'm actually even more bullish on DJT after the elections and after the inauguration, because we did not see the hype and momentum that many investors were maybe expecting to see. And so we know with Wall Street, and we know how the markets work. Basically, the markets are designed for you as a retail investor to lose your money. And I believe that's exactly what they're trying to do right now. They're just trying to shake out any paper hands investors who have a short-term mindset. But remember, Donald J. Trump is going to be your president for the next 4 years. And all it's going to really take is a big piece of news or catalyst to start really pushing this stock towards the upside. We did see a little bit of momentum from this recent news with Charles Schwab, but as I was saying earlier, we are still in that sideways trading channel. And so it's going to first take us to break out of that sideways channel till we start to see some real great price momentum. But that's a positive for me, as I'm only going to continue to add during this time. But I would love to hear what everyone else has to say about the stock below. So please let me know with a comment. Please drop that in the section below. Please leave a like and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Money talk. Here comes the money.